So, we're here today with my man Chris O'Donnell.
Yup.
It's my very first podcast. Welcome to what I think I'm going to call is Caterpillar Radio on Valley Media. The reason why I want to call it Caterpillar Radio is because I want to track and tell the stories of all these young entrepreneurs going from their caterpillar stage to becoming a butterfly. Means all of the hardships, all of the struggles, but also all of the success. So, like I said, today we have my good friend Chris Odonell on here. He's, how old are you? 20?
I'm 20. Let's go with 20. That's a good age.
20-year-old entrepreneur who started out in the stock business, created a lot of wealth for himself within the stock realm. Now he's transitioning into coming out with his very first clothing line, as well as he's starring in a
we're starting a reality show. Basically, with the Real Housewives franchise, it's mostly features women, which there's nothing wrong with that. But we decided to take a look into the men that have created wealth for themselves and with their families, and see what their life is like from the other perspective. Because on the show of the Real Housewives, like one of the Real Housewives is a good friend. I'm not allowed to discuss who, but she's a friend of the family, and she basically said the men don't really get a spotlight. They're just shown they're the money maker, but you don't really understand how they make their money. So with this show, it's being pitched to Bravo, which is very exciting. We're going to hopefully have a few seasons in us. I mean, we're shooting the pilot as we speak, so it's very, very hard, but worth it. And I hope the audience understands that it's hard.
Well, that's pretty cool, man. So tell me, what are some of your favorite parts about shooting?
Well, shooting is definitely like going to the different restaurants. It's pretty much awesome, except there is a time where I do cause a scene. I pulled a Chirs Judas movement. I did flip a table. But you'll see that in the first episode.
In the very first
episode?
In
the very first episode, there is one fight that I'm involved in, but I'm a loyal friend, so I always have my friends back.
So do you have like a major part in this role, or like, are you going to be there for the whole season, or just...
So, right now, with my contract, we're debating it, so hopefully I'll stay for the whole season. I mean, I have a tagline already, but...
What's your tagline?
Oh, God. So my tagline, it's actually funny. I may make money, but it doesn't mean I'm happy. That's my tagline.
Okay. That definitely sounds like some rich people stuff.
Yeah, well, it's really funny because a lot of the people on the show that you're going to witness are around my age or a little bit older. There's one person on there that is like 65 that we don't gel. Like, I'm a very in-your-face, loud person, and they're very conservative, so it's, like, very difficult to understand. But all in all, like, most of the cast gets along. It's very, like, it's very tantalizing, I'll put it that way.
Do you gel with them on camera, or just not?
There are two people that I gel with on camera and off camera. For the rest of the cast, it depends. I'll see you in passing, I'll say hi, or I'll see you in a social event. But other than that, I really don't gel with a lot of them because they're just not... Like, I compare myself, I'm up here and you're down here. I don't say that with money or class. I say that because it's the way you carry yourself.
With confidence and
yes,
everything.
And if you carry yourself trashy, I don't want to be associated with you. Like, we went to a friend's bachelor party and somebody brought, like, a vibrator. Like they brought something. I don't know if I can say this. Sorry, audience. But no, they brought that and they're running around the beach with it. For me, that's not appropriate. I don't want to be compared to somebody that has like a flashlight in their hand. I'm sorry, like that's just not okay for me. I think that's trashy and classless. I hold myself to a stature that is there.
Well, that's good on your part, though.
It is. You'll see that on the show. I don't want to give too much away, but you guys are in for a wild season. Hopefully, Bravo decides to renew us. It's going to be on after the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it should be airing in January. Yet again, they can scrap anything. It is Bravo. If it doesn't seem drama enough, they will scrap it. Sorry, Bravo execs.
So, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So tell the audience, because I mean, I know even for myself, everyone always wants to be a reality TV show or on TV or in a movie, some type of fame.
Yes.
What's the biggest struggle that you've had with getting to that point where you could be casted in something? Like, how did you get to that point? And the biggest struggles of just like going through the process of being casted, or even like remembering all the lines on set.
Okay, so being casted, it's pretty hard. There's a lot of people with a lot of money out there. I was fortunate enough that my dad was able to set me up with some connections. With reality TV, everybody thinks it's scripted. This is like no script. There are a few things where there is a lot of there is editing, so there will be times where I've said something but it's not the full saying, which I'm okay with because I meant what I said. And on the show, they make me out to be like I'm like a fake person. I'm not fake. I just tell it how it is, and I will be friends with somebody that I say I don't like for a moment because I give everybody a chance. But if you screw me once, sorry, you're done. You're out of my life. But the hardships of it are definitely having a camera in your business 24 hours a day. Like literally, I can't eat, sleep. If they want to film, it's filmed. And that also affects my personal life, like dating and everything. There's like currently I am seeing somebody and she does not want to be featured on the show, and I respect that because it's a lot to take in.
Of course.
And I don't consider myself a celebrity. It's a reality show. You're not a celebrity. A lot of people think you are. You're just giving everybody a view of your life. You're not famous. You're not doing anything to become famous. Hopefully with my business ventures that will make a name for myself, but I don't consider being a reality star famous. I think it's stupid.
Did you ever like grow up wishing that you had cameras on you 24/7?
At a time I did, but as I did it, it gets very tiring having a camera in your car.
Super monotonous.
Yeah, there's a lot of green screens that you have to go to because you have to describe what's happening in the scene. So we can start at 6 a.m. and it goes till 5 at night, and it's a lot. It dwells on you. It's very difficult.
Sheesh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How did you even get to the point where you could be casted in something? Like, did you have to go through like a agency or whatever, book an agent first, or did you have to?
That's actually a great question.
Like come up with like acting scenes that you mailed in to people? Or?
So basically how I got casted was it was my idea for the show. I've always wanted to. I'm obsessed with as sad as this is, I'm obsessed with the Real Housewives. I like looking at their lifestyle. Their lifestyle is glamorous. It's fun. It's very exquisite. And for this, it's crazy. But what you don't see is their husbands. You just hear about them, what they do, and how they get their money. You don't see exactly who they are as a person. And so that's kind of my idea for the show.
Everything.
They kind of pay for everything. But my idea of the show is to show the hardships of working, doing this, balancing your family from the guy's perspective as well. I think it's very fair to say that on those shows the men don't get featured as much because it's supposed to be all about the wives. It's supposed to be all about the wives. But I personally, I'm very excited to showcase that. It was my idea for the show. So hopefully Andy Cohen and the Bravo producers will like the idea. And if not, if it gets scrapped, it gets scrapped. But there'll be another show. Who knows? There's other... When the time is right, the time is right. And I think right now, the time is right for young entrepreneurs to be featured in something. Like, I got two of my friends on it only because they're building their brand, and I want their recognition. That's basically another idea behind the show, is to help bring awareness. I mean, if a girl on the Dallas Housewives can steal, like, basically pink dog food, which does benefit breast cancer, so I'm very for that. But if you can make pink dog food a thing, I'm pretty sure you can make anything a thing. And that's the whole idea for the show.
Well, that's definitely a good way to think about it. And, you know, the sky's the limit with anything, of course.
It is, definitely.
And I'm sure with you being the person you are, you will always have more and more ideas to add to it, or even, just like you said, if this gets scrapped, there will be another one.
There will be another one. You just wait.
Exactly.
We'll be on E after Kardashians, maybe.
So, I'm interested to see not only this one, but also to see, of course, your future, what you come out with, anything after that. And, you know, maybe I could be a part of it.
Oh, yeah, I would so have you, and we can do a cameo. Kim Zolciak-Biermann did a cameo on the Atlanta Housewives, so there's always room. There's always room for more cast members.
Sounds good, man. So now let's talk a little bit about your clothing brand that you're working out with.
So Lord by Lord C is actually going to be an adult line. That sounds sexual. I didn't mean that.
The whole name, though, kind of sounds like a whole, like, sexual clothing line. Like,
Lord by Lord C. I feel as though that there's I love classy clothing. Like, right now I'm not wearing, this is, like, my casual wear, but I still try to zhuzh it up. Like, thing is that I made it so the line's basically designed around people that are smaller or very skinny. I'm slim built. I'm a runner. That's my body type. So it's hard for me to find clothing because it's very loose, or it's too long, and I have to get it tailored, and that costs a lot of money. Like, recently I just got a whole Gucci outfit because I had to go to my friend's birthday, Very, very bad idea. For those that are wondering, the outfit cost me about $4,500. And that was just for a night. I'm never gonna wear it again.
Did you sell it back or like?
Oh, I didn't sell it back. I have it in my. So the way my closet is, I just got a new closet. I love it. It's like my favorite thing. And I'm also planning on buying a home soon. My first house. I'm not doing. God, this is gonna be a whole like shit disaster.
Let's buy apartment complex.
Oh yeah, I would be so down because I can just miraculously pull like $700 million out my ass. Like,
we could find some investors.
We could find GoFundMe for building an apartment complex, but no, literally, it's very. That's like the idea of the clothing line, and my closet is very like organized. I hate if you don't have like colors in the same spot. Like my outfit today, it's like very coordinated. I'm like, if you have like shoes, it's like blue, white because it matches, and the shirt's blue and white. For all those Manchester fans, I'm sorry, but I'm not supporting your team this year. Because anyways, but no, the whole idea of the line is for people that are slim built, or I'm doing a plus size line. I think it's okay to be plus size. I think yes,
discriminate.
We're not discriminating. I mean, yes, I keep a healthy lifestyle, but I also what Khloe Kardashian did with her jeans, Good American. I don't know if you've heard of. Mm-hmm. She's doing great things. She doesn't just have a size 0 and all that. She's going up into the plus size because I think the plus size community also isn't represented. It's just like there's this stereotype. You have to be 6 feet tall. You have to be this. You have to be that. You have to be built. You have to do this as a guy, and that's not alright. So I'm trying to break.
I completely agree.
Because clothes shopping is like very bad.
Especially because I'm a short guy as well too, and also pretty thin. Well, not thin,
like
but
not
more fit and everything.
Yeah, so it's like I totally.
I'm not like a oompa loompa.
Yeah, so I definitely want to expand in that market. There is a big market there because I've noticed like the height of our generation, my generation, isn't going to be 6'5". It's going to be we're shorter now. It's just like it's the new normal. Like
you think we're more shorter? I think we might.
I feel like we're not like in high school. Like it wasn't like the new freshmen. I think now are like tiny. They're so tiny.
That is true. I feel like the freshman boys keep on getting smaller and smaller,
and the girls keep getting bigger and bigger,
and more developed, and it's like shocking.
It's very shocking. It's very scary. But my market with the clothing line is very to that market. Like we will expand it. It's not going to just be like we're expanding into casual wear, but it's mostly formal wear to basically like semi-formal. So it's like what you'd wear to the office on a Friday versus what you wear all week.
Gotcha.
It's
so more like polos. And
it's got to be more polos with
nice
our designs.
T-shirts.
Yeah, and also we're gonna have a club lifestyle one where I don't dress trashy to the clubs.
Button downs and everything.
Oh yeah, but it's going to have cooler designs. I mean, my inspiration.
What's like the logo of it?
So the logo I can't discuss. It's being patented right now. I would love to discuss it. But it's an take of like my favorite designers, and it's going to look really cool.
Who's your favorite designer? Like, where do you get inspiration from?
My inspiration, believe it or not, even though I hardly own any of their collection, I love Versace. I love how it's outstated.
Outspoken.
Outspoken. Thank you.
Their colors are so just like out there.
They're articulate enough with their design that it's popular. Mm. That's where my one inspiration comes. Donatella does a great job. She's a great person. I would love to meet her. So Donatella, if you're watching. But no, hopefully,
nice.
But also with Louis Vuitton, that's another one of my favorites. Their design and their monogram. Like with this, it's very. Like, I have a belt exactly like this, but I'm going to show the viewers. See, this is my Louis Vuitton bracelet. I like the way they complement each other with, like, just, like, the simple monogramming. It's very
So you're going to use
chic.
more, like, earth tones?
It's very earth tony. It's a lot of Yeezy vibes, but not on that level yet.
Gotcha.
It's more classy and not trashy.
Are a lot of the stuff that you're going to come out with going to be all leather, like handmade leather?
It's going to be a lot of handmade leather. I don't believe in sweatshops. That's one thing I'm really passionate about. I don't believe in overseas either. If it comes from Italy, I don't want anything from China. All my products are going to either be made in Milan to Paris or even my home country of Canada.
That's a lot of money, but
it's worth the money because I don't want somebody having to slave over my design because they're getting paid nothing.
It's exclusive.
And honestly, it's an exclusive brand, but I don't want a child in a shop making my clothing. Not because I don't trust that child and I don't think that they're worth something. I think they're worth more than working in a shop under harsh conditions. And I don't support that.
And they treat them terribly.
I might visit the factory and it's a lot different and it's for the day, but as soon as I leave, I know what goes on. I want to be able to just fly randomly to one, walk in that factory and be like, hey, not even without notice. And just I'll walk in and be like, see the condition.
Hand stitching everything.
Hand stitching. We're gonna be the Rolls Royce of the fashion industry now, people. But with money, it is hard because financially I am able to promote my brand, but it's not to the point where I'm ready to invest my money because it's not. I have people that work for me that are designing prototypes. I haven't went to a factory and said, I want you to make this. I am not even in that stage because I know it's not perfection yet. Once it's perfection, so maybe a year, maybe 2 years till it comes out, but there's definitely going to be luxury goods as well. So it's not just going to be clothes, there's going to be backpacks to everything. It's a very expansive line.
I can't wait to be rocking some Lord by Lord C.
Lord by Lord C. So our design...
I'm excited.
Yeah, you'll see the design featured on Instagram pretty soon. You can follow me on Instagram. It's the_Lord_C. Keep that. It's basically... And I love featuring my lifestyle. My lifestyle is fast. I love my lifestyle. And that's kind of what I want to bring to stores. Hopefully Neiman Marcus will accept it. If not, I'll start out at Kohl's so everybody can afford it. It will be an affordable line as well. Even though it takes a lot of money to make, I want to make it affordable so everybody can own it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And so, what has been the hardest part for you so far with making the clothing line? Have you found... you said you haven't gone into any manufacturers, but do you know of manufacturers?
I do. I actually do. So one of my dad's friends, he lives in Canada. It's very grateful of him. He does have a lot of connections in the European market with handcrafters over there. I think that's the word. Sorry, I'm smart. I go to Villanova, people. But no, it's like. For me, that's like a blessing in disguise. A lot of people don't have that when they're starting their business. And it's very hard to find a manufacturer. So the fact that I have, and I'm not using a big name, I'm using somebody like local Joe from like that village. I'm going to have him make it might take like 6 months for your pants to be made, but hey, like, you're gonna love them. But
so what would you suggest for people trying to go down this alleyway of becoming a clothing designer? Yeah, because right now there's
it's a boom.
There's a lot of people that want to make a clothing
like my
company.
one word or like advice to that is everybody can do it. Make yourself different, and that's what my brand is doing. It's being different.
That's solid advice because I feel like everyone has a lot of the same ideas or the same like they want to make a clothing line that has like a lot of the same stuff as Yeezy. And it's like, no, Yeezy already did that. You can't, why would someone want to go with your clothing company when Yeezy has the same thing and it's a Yeezy, not just some random person?
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's like everybody can do it. There's knockoff Louis Vuitton out there that looks almost like it. There's knockoff Gucci.
Of course.
The patterns are endless. You can remix the pattern. Make your own pattern. Stop trying to be what everybody else is. Because if you do that, you're just going to blend in, not sell one thing. Like, I remember, like, Gucci has that distinctive red and green look to them. Okay, I can do the same thing, reverse the order. But that's not being different, it's fitting in with the norm. Don't be the norm. Be outside that box.
Okay.
That's my advice, and that's what my brand is doing.
And so how do you think you're going to make your brand stick out a little bit more?
My brand is going to be different quality. It's going to be better, a little bit better quality. I mean, I'm not saying Gucci isn't good quality. I just don't know. I know their products are made well, but I don't know who's making them. It's a mass producer, I believe. Don't quote me on that because I don't want them suing me for slander. But no, I just want my quality to outshine everybody else's. Like, you can buy a Chevy or you can buy, like, a Lincoln. And mine's going to be the Lincoln. Well, somebody else is the Chevy. And I don't care how much it costs. I care about how people like the product. And that's how it's going to go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So any marketing plans for?
So marketing wise,
Yeah.
why pay for a billboard when I have Instagram for free? But I'm going
course.
to be creating a company Instagram. I have a very good friend. She's great at photo taking. She's going to be in charge of that, and she will be
You're
compensated.
making a whole website. and
We're
everything,
making a
so-
website. She's going to be compensated, definitely. I compensate all the people that work for me. A lot of people just
As you
think,
should.
as I should, a lot of people just think I have them work for free because they're my friends. That's not how it works. They've been friends for a while, and half of them don't even live in the state of Pennsylvania. Half of them are in Canada, and I have them remotely doing stuff. I just Venmo them money. I'm like, here's your week's pay for just doing this little thing. It's not a one-person job if you think it's a one-person job. Like, to anybody listening to this.
It's always a team effort.
It's a team effort, and I feel like a lot of people think that the leader of the team compensates more. That's not the case. Everybody on my team will be paid
Equal.
well, not even equally. It's according to how well their job is performed. If their job is menial, they're still going to be paid a good amount, but they're not going to be paid as somebody that's doing
Twice as much.
twice as much, working later, staying this, pitching more ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Even like going out and just taking a survey. Like my one friend,
It's all based on effort.
it's based on effort. If you have no effort, then you're off my team. And I give everybody at least 3 strikes or you're out. It's like baseball. And if you strike out, I'll give you one more chance. One more, and if you blow that, I'm sorry. Like you're still good to me. And a lot of people think it's too bad.
No, that's how it should go.
But at the end of the day, we're friends first before business, and we all have that understanding.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you're putting the team on.
Putting the team on blast.
Do any of the other friends have like fights with you or other friends in the group because hey, like he's getting compensated more for something or
That isn't tolerated with me. I don't tolerate something like that. If you're talking about your money, there's a strict policy with the people I work with. We don't discuss pay.
Gotcha.
We don't discuss that because if you do, and if you're caught doing it, you will be terminated from my team. No ifs, ands, or buts. Or you can come and discuss it with me like a person thinking, oh, I don't think I'm getting paid as much. What can I do more? Or why is that so? And I will explain very nicely. This is why I feel this way. If you feel that, I'll pay you more if you do said this. And if you think that said this is ridiculous, then you're still going to be paid based on what you're being paid already. And that's how it should work.
I completely agree.
A lot of people look at me and they're like, you're almost 20 years old, and you're very, very, like, you're too young, you don't understand. I'm like, I do understand because I have a drive for something. If you have a drive for something, it doesn't matter if you've had a college degree. No offense to anybody that has a college degree. I'm working very hard to get mine just because. But I find it very stupid that, oh, you don't have a degree yet, you don't know. I don't give a crap. Like, screw you. Like, F that. Like, a degree doesn't make the person makes the person. If you have that drive and you're born with that drive, it's not even born. If you have a passion, pursue it. So don't let
That's the most important part is the passion.
So don't let somebody say because you're not educated enough. Not one person on the face of planet Earth isn't smart at something. That sounds wrong. Everybody knows what it means.
No, I completely understand what you're saying. It's like everyone has a purpose on this earth.
Yes.
Everyone has something that they're good at, and the world kind of tells all these different people that just because they haven't passed high school or graduated from college means that they're uneducated in a certain way or less of a person than someone else who has, and that is not the case, which is what you're trying to say.
It is. I think that's the case. I think it's very disgusting. I think even with, you know how like recently, a lot of, like even like in the communities, like I feel like you're judged because you're not of a certain education. That shouldn't be it. We should end that race-wise as well. Like we should not have that stigma of, oh, you're not smart enough because you don't know what you're talking about because of this. How do you know? You're not that person. You don't know where their mind's thinking. If their mind is probably 10 times smarter than your mind because you're saying they're dumb.
You judge someone on their intellect, not on their looks.
Exactly. And I think that's very, very wrong. I think even in the LGBTQ community, their rights have expanded. And I think it's because, and a lot of people are like, oh, they're like, just shove them off in the side because it's not what society's norms. Society's norm is go to college, get a degree, work in an office, or get some sort of... No, you don't need to go to college to make it. Yeah. Trust me, you don't. So at the end of the day, I think our society needs to just embrace, oh, mom, dad, I don't want to go to school. I have this passion, this dream. Well, son, we don't have money to give you. It's okay, mom, I'm going to work at like McDonald's. There's no shame at that. There's no shame at working in a fast food place. Do it. So you can fund yourself. So when you're 29 years old and you have an 8,000 square foot home and you're making money off of your one idea, and you're like, oh, you don't have that college degree that hangs in your office, who cares? Doesn't mean anything.
It does.